Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel and our 57th coffee stream. And today we've got some interesting news. The title doesn't do it justice, but everything I wanted to put in the title made the title too long. So yeah, I just picked one of the articles. But yes, we've got some wonderful news today. We've got a good bit of a variety. Got some Canadian news, got some silly news, got some holy crap, that's loud. Got some ridiculous news about about mental patients. So yeah, it'll be fun. Hello, opinionated Scotsman. Hi, Nico. Just so everyone knows, I threw the link to last night's stream in the Discord, in the general Discord channel, just in case you guys missed it, and so that you guys can go sub to Blind and Special, so you guys get the notifications. I swear I was going to say something just now, but it's gone. That's happened a lot today. I did that with Pincalo this morning. I went to call him and I was like, I had something to say and now I can't remember what it is. So yeah. Oh, that's good coffee. Yum, yum, yum. All right. So just a reminder, and I'll remind everybody again when more people come, but just a reminder, there is no coffee stream tomorrow because I'm being interviewed by the field rep for the guide dog school, and that's going to be going from 10 till 1 o'clock. Depending on how I'm feeling afterwards, I may do a stream that just talks about what happened. We'll see how my anxiety is. So I may stream in the afternoon, or I may just talk about it on Wednesday's coffee stream. I will keep you guys posted. Good luck. Thank you, opinionated Scotsman. I'm a little bit freaked out. I honestly was expecting it to take about a month, maybe 2 months, for the field interview to happen, and not 2 weeks. So I'm kind of like, Oh, hi, Duck Dog. Part of Monkey, I listened to part of Monkey's stream. It was really funny. They're arguing about Rudolph, the movie Rudolph. It was Polly and Monkey and another voice that I did not recognize right away. So now let's see here. Got some wonderful news from Gunfox that I have DM'd myself. And I believe if there's time, if we get through these stories quickly, I think Pincalo sent me a couple on Friday that I didn't read, that I can jump into the DMs for and take a look at. All right. So while I'm getting into the Twitter DMs, please like and share the stream if you haven't already. Hello, Straight Sith Mail. So yes, please like and share the stream if you haven't already, and consider donating to the Streamlabs link, or becoming a patron. In the links are in the description. Let's see let's save that titular article for a little later in the in the stream. Let's see here. Let's get the let's read the silly let's read the silly article because it's silly, very, very silly. All right, here we go. You ready to be laughing at some retardedness?
Heading level 1. Baby, it's cold outside, pulled by radio station. Citing number me too.
I'm sure you've all heard about this by now.
December 1st, 2018. Collapse. Image caption: the song. American actress and swimmer Esther Williams wearing a long evening dress and dancing with Mexican actress Ricardo Montalban in the film Neptune's Daughter, 1949.
Mexican actress? Did they just call Ricardo Montalban an actress? They just called Ricardo Montalban an actress. All right.
Image copyright, Getty Images, image caption. The song was recorded for the 1949 film Neptune's Daughter and won an Oscar for Best Original Song in 1950. You are current. End of image caption. It's a Christmas classic probably being played in shops and radio stations all over the world. A radio station in Cleveland, Ohio has decided to remove Baby It's Cold Outside from its playlist following complaints from listeners.
How many listeners? How many listeners complained about Baby It's Cold Outside? Nico says what's funny is that there's a song has a gender swap halfway through where the man is trying to get the woman to leave, but the woman is saying, baby, it's cold outside. But they don't remember that. No, they don't.
Local media report that listeners said the song was inappropriate and at odds with the number Me Too movement. You are current.
Again, how many listeners? One old cat lady? Seriously. How many freaking listeners truly complained about Baby It's Cold Outside?
But a poll on the station's Facebook page showed a majority of respondents did not want the song banned.
Yes, because again, I'm telling you, one person bitched.
Facebook post by Star 102 Cleveland region. Link. FB. Put link. Reports. End of Facebook post by end of face presentational white space image. Glenn Anderson, a host at the Star 102 station, blogged that although the song was written in a different era. Link. The lyrics felt manipulative and wrong. You are current.
The lyrics felt manipulative and wrong, did they? I thought that song was cute as all get out, says Scrappy. Hi, Costin. Yeah. They actually said actress Ricardo Montalban. Next, they're gonna go after every breath you take. See, now that song I always said was a freaking creepy ass stalker song. Because that one's like, I'll be watching you every breath you take, every step you take, every mile you make. I'll be watching you. It's like, okay, that's just weird. But this is, yeah.
Black on white, period. The world we live in is extra sensitive now, and people get easily offended. But in a world where number Me Too has finally given women the voice they deserve, the song has no place. You are currently...
Okay, you just said we've become too sensitive, and then you're going to justify that you should pull this song from your playlist because women have a voice now because of the Me Too movement? That's just weird and doesn't make sense. Every Breath a Stalker song.
Written by Frank Loesser in 1944, Baby It's Cold Outside has been covered by Lady Gaga, Michael Bublé, Tom Jones and Ceres Matthews and actors Will Ferrell and Zooey Deschanel in the movie Elf. You are currently on a text that lists 3 items. Black link, end of list. The tune takes the form of a back and forth conversation where a man tries to persuade his female guest not to risk the journey home in bad weather, but to have another drink and spend the night with him instead. And
it doesn't even say, like, if you listen to the song, there's not really very much sexual innuendo. It's like, hey, it's cold. It's really snowy outside. It's not safe for you to go. Stay here, have another drink, spend the night. It'll be fine. You can go home in the morning. Like, he's not really making any sexual innuendos if you really look at it. Weren't they bitching about it's cold outside last year and the year before? I don't know, actually. First comment I read was WR. Yeah, but they think that's bad. What's their thoughts on I saw Mama kissing Santa, says Straight Sith Male. Exactly. I've slept with chicks without screwing. Yeah. You can envision Bill Cosby singing this. Oh, damn.
Advertisement. Click normally performed as a duet between a man and a woman. It features lyrics such as, I simply must go. I simply must go, but baby it's cold outside. The answer is no, but baby it's cold outside. Another line, say what's in this drink, no cabs to be had out there, is perhaps one of the most controversial, and link, has been interpreted by some as a reference to date rape.
No, it's...
Another line, say what's in this drink, no cabs to be had out there, is perhaps one of the most controversial, and link, has been interpreted by some as a reference. Others, such as comedian Jen Kirkman, have pointed out that the phrase had a different meaning of the 1930s, and that the song was more complex than it might appear on the surface. You are...
No shit. This is way too, like, you guys are just searching for shit to be angry about now.
Twitter post by @Jen Kirkman, Regent, link, Jen Kirkman, link, view on Twitter. I'm so tired of this. The song seems odd now, not cause it's about coercing sex, but about a woman who knows her reputation is ruined if she stays. Say what's in this drink is an old movie line from the 30s that means I'm telling the truth. She wanted to get down and stay over. You are currently on a link. CBS News checkmark. Verified link. 7,900 link.
Interesting.
Link. 2008 link. Twitter ads info in private link. Report Twitter post by end of Twitter post by end of Twitter post by presentational white space image. Some feel the song should be nevertheless viewed through a contemporary lens.
Of course they do, because everything should be viewed through a contemporary lens, of course. Fucking ridiculous people. They have spent the last 4 years looking for things to complain about. This is not wrong. This is a very true statement. Neptune's Daughter is a damn comedy, yeah. Say what's in this drink? The man says that as well in the second half when the woman puts flowers in his cup. Yeah, this is...
It really pushed the line of consent. Cleveland Rape Crisis Center president and CEO. Link. Sandra Miller told Fox News, you are currently on
Oh, of course it did. And of course you would say that. And I bet you were the one that called the radio station to complain.
The character in the song is saying no, and they're saying, well, does no really mean yes? And I think in 2018 what we know is consent is yes, and if you get a no, it means no, and you should stop right there. You are currently on a text element. With the debate raging on social media, some will likely continue to give the tune a cold reception during the Christmas season.
Of course, because, we've got to analyze the crap out of everything and not have fun anymore. And you know what? I'm not big on Christmas music. It's not one of the types of music that I truly enjoy. But Jesus Christ. Leave the fucking shit alone. These people think everything should be viewed from a contemporary lens because from their viewpoint, history began the day they were born, says Cult of Krill. You know what? You are absolutely correct. The guy doesn't want to ruin her reputation in the second half of the song. He's worried about his gossiping aunt and sister, says Doc Dog. I didn't know that. At the time, the song was actually pretty progressive, says Opinionated Scotsman.
Heading level 2, related topic.
The end? Yeah, that's the end. Because now it's getting into the related topics. So that's that ridiculousness. We've got a radio station in Cleveland that thinks that Baby It's Cold Outside is a bad song. It's problematic. All right, you guys ready for some Canadian news? Brought to us by Gun Fox, as he calls it, maple syrup news. All right. Let's see here. Okay.
Trudeau tells Mohammed bin Salman Canada will always stand up strongly for human rights.
Okay. I'm sure you will.
Heading level 3, Facebook. Heading level 3, heading level 2. PM also spoke with Putin at G20, expressing Canada's concern over Russia's actions in Ukraine. You are currently Elise von Chio CBC News Posted. This Prime Minister Justin Trudeau holds a closing press conference at the G20 summit in Buenos Aires, Argentina on Saturday. The Prime Minister said he spoke to Putin to convey Canada's concerns with the situation in the Sea of Azov, where Ukrainian boats were attacked by Russian vessels earlier this week. Sean Kilpatrick's Canadian officials have been openly critical of the actions of both Russia and Saudi Arabia, and in an open forum with their leaders, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau didn't back away. You are currently...
Now, when it says Trudeau didn't back away, did he not back away, or was he like, now listen, Canada will always stand up for human rights, and Goatman says Silent Night is about 3 Arab men trying to trade their gifts for baby Jesus to have a good time with. Oh, damn. Not trying to be mean to Canada here, but what the hell is Trudeau going to do about it? But fuck nothing is what he's going to do about that, straight Sith male. And I guarantee you, he didn't even have a strong tone of voice when he said it. Because he's a cuck and a freaking beta.
The Prime Minister confirmed Saturday afternoon in Argentina that he directly approached both Vladimir Putin and Mohammed bin Salman at the G20 summit. You are...
And said what?
List 1 item, bullet, end of list, list 1 item, bullet, end of. Trudeau explained he conveyed Canada's concerns to Putin at the leaders' plenary session, particularly with the situation in the Sea of Azov, where Ukrainian boats were attacked by Russian vessels earlier this week, and reiterated the demand that the captured sailors be released.
So, and what is, or what? What's going to happen? What's he going to do? Seriously, what's he going to do? Sanctions? Hi, Zombie Teddy. He will just virtue signal, says Scotsman. Yes, yes, he will. He's good at that. Hi, Mr. Misanthropic.
Canada has also spearheaded a G7 foreign minister's statement that condemns Russian aggression in Ukraine. Minister Chrystia Freeland confirmed earlier this week. There was an opportunity for Putin to respond at the leaders' retreat. Trudeau said when asked if he was worried about repercussions from Russia, "You are currently on heading level 2. Better answers needed over Khashoggi's killing." In his conversation with Saudi Arabia's Prince Mohammed bin Salman, Trudeau said better answers about the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi were required. He also pushed the issue of imprisoned human rights workers and the humanitarian catastrophe from violence in Yemen.
Okay. But they're required. How's he going to require, like, I understand that what he's doing is kind of it's kind of necessary, but Trudeau is just so he's so freaking he's so soft. Hi, Jay Reynolds. He's gonna apply his diplomatic pressure, flop all around. Nice one, Scrappy. I feel secondhand embarrassment for Canada for Trudeau, says Mr. Misanthropic. Yeah, it's pretty bad. I don't. He's so soft. Like if he were, I would have loved to have been in that room, because I guarantee you he didn't convey his quote concerns with anything but a soft, limp-wristed tone. And I guarantee you when he left, the prince laughed and Putin laughed. And like, I'm not saying that they shouldn't be questioned on their actions, especially Saudis. Like they have honestly shouldn't be on the Human Rights Council. Yeah, Trudeau is weak. Exactly, Mr. Misanthropic. He is weak, and it's completely underwhelming to hear him tell people off. It's not. It doesn't. Sorry, it doesn't convey the message that I think he thinks it's conveying.
I made it clear Canada was concerned. You are currently on a text element. Trudeau said he stressed the fact that Canada will always stand up strongly and clearly for human rights. All eyes have been on the Saudi Crown Prince during the trip, which marks his first major overseas appearance since the killing of Khashoggi in October. Though the leaders spoke, Trudeau did not hold official meetings with either Putin or bin Salman. With Russia's previous cyber threats and Saudi Arabia's poor reaction, freezing trade and investment, to earlier criticism of their human rights record, backlash could be a possibility. However, Trudeau didn't seem too worried. You are
Of course not, because he's not actually going to stand up against them. He just paid lip service. Because that's what he does.
Frank and direct conversations is better than not talking, he told reporters. Heading level 2, May, Macron speak to Saudi prince. UK, Prime Minister Theresa May and France's Emmanuel Macron were more forceful in their condemnations of Saudi Arabia. May's office says the Prime Minister stressed to Salman the importance of ensuring those responsible for the appalling murder of Khashoggi are held to account. Macron also came face-to-face with the Saudi Crown Prince, and an official said the tense exchange captured on video shows the president's firm stance. You are currently on list 1 item. Bullet, link, end of list 1 item, bullet, link, end of list. Canada is also ramping up its response. On Thursday, Foreign Affairs Minister Chrystia Freeland announced Canada was imposing sanctions on 17 Saudi Arabian nationals the government deems linked to Khashoggi's killing at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul.
Wait, what?
Canada is also ramping up its response. On Thursday, Foreign Affairs Minister Chrystia Freeland announced Canada was imposing sanctions on 17 Saudi Arabian nationals the government deems linked to Khashoggi's killing at the Saudi consulate in Istanbul.
How can you impose sanctions on people in a different country? It's person rights, not human rights. Does anyone respect Justin Softcock Castro? Nice, Goatman. I don't think so.
G20 nations skirted current global trade tensions, but threw their weight behind reforming the World Trade Organization in a copy of their end of summit joint statement obtained by Reuters. Heading level 2, U.S. confirms it will withdraw from climate accord. You are currently in the communique, which was set to be released at the end of the Today meeting Saturday. The United States also reaffirmed its commitment to withdraw from the 2015 Paris Climate Accord, while other G20 signatories to the agreement declared the pact irreversible and said they would fully implement it. Despite the withdrawal and some trade tensions, Trudeau still praised the summit for making progress on multilateralism, trade, climate issues, and gender equality.
Of course, gender equality. Got to throw in gender equality. Not yet. I'm about to. No, I'm about to. Oh, Justin's not going to get another term. No, he's not going to get another term, Goatman. There's even some liberal voters are very upset with him, and he is not going to be he's not going to win next year. If he does, it will be an incredibly small minority, and he will not get anything done. And I predict if he does win a minority government, that he will be the Conservatives, as the opposition, will hold a vote of no confidence, and we might go back to the polls. So lefties are even pissed at him. There are some that are Canadianistan needs to revolt and become a constitutional republic. There are some that are not happy with him. And there are a lot of people like me who are not right wing that are not comfortable with voting for him and are going to be voting Conservative because we don't agree with his platform. We refuse to vote NDP because they've become basically socialists. And the Conservative Party has been basically restocked with younger people who, although are conservatives, are not your far right Christian religious right ones of the past. I want to know what skeletons Trudeau has in his closet. No one can virtue signal this much without some serious what? Some serious skeletons. Yeah, Mr. Misanthropic, you're not wrong. I thought the same about the SNP over here, but people keep voting them in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the NDP were a center party at one time. They were, yes. They were. Now they've gone completely batshit. Oh, brilliant, Blind Press. Brilliant. Throw your phone on the floor while it's charging.
The agreement is more watered down than it has been in past years, but Trudeau said anytime countries can come together to discuss big issues, it's a good thing. You are current.
It's a good thing. Every time countries can come together to discuss big issues, it's a good thing. Does he ever say anything like constructively critical? All right. Well, see you later, Gunfox. I hope your workday is not too arduous. All right. All right. Now we're gonna move to Ford Man Bad story. All right. Here we go.
Heading Level 1. Franco-Ontarians protest outside MPP's offices against Ford service cuts. Heading Level 3. Facebook. Heading Level 3. Heading Level 2. Thousands demonstrate in nearly 40 communities, saying Ford needs to review his Canadian history. Amara McLaughlin Middle.cbc News posted, December, around 300 people called for the Premier to review his Canadian history outside his constituency office in Etobicoke. Rosin Nichols /Radio Kent 1494 comments button. On Saturday afternoon, thousands of French speakers in nearly 40 communities across Ontario decried Premier Doug Ford's cuts to some French language services.
What French language services is he cutting? Why are you just saying some French language services? And we don't live in Quebec with Ford Man Bad, yes. But seriously, we don't live in Quebec. So the only requirement is that it be federal government or federal and provincial buildings have French. It does not require that everything be in French and English. Ontario needed Ford so bad. There's a couple of things that he's done that I don't agree with, but on the whole, yes, he is doing. We'll have to see how he carries on, but he's not doing too badly right now.
The protests, organized by the Francophone Assembly of Ontario, which represents 740,000 Franco-Ontarians, took place in front of MPP's offices of all political stripes and in every corner of the province. Franco-Ontarians have the right to have our rights protected, Quebec actor Lina Place said outside Ford's constituency office where 300 people gathered. You are currently on...
A Quebec person is talking about stuff. Oh, I'm confused. You do not have the same French language laws in Ontario as you do in Quebec, Quebec actor. That's not how that works. If we want to stand up to Saudi Arabia, we need those pipelines. Yeah.
Our population justifies our institutions.
Your population justifies your institutions, does it? Okay. He's not saying your institutions need to be gone. He's just cutting the provincial funding to them. This is not a ban on your institutions, you crazy people. This is just a cut to your funding that the government is giving you.
List one item. Bullet link. End of list. List one item. Bullet. End of list. This resistance is a response to Premier Doug Ford's move to downgrade the province's independent watchdog on francophone services and repeal funding for a long-awaited French language university in the Greater Toronto Area. The decision has prompted immediate and growing backlash from Ontarians, the federal government, and Quebec's new premier, François Legault, who have all repeatedly asked Ford to reverse the cuts. You are currently on.
Right now, Ford's trying to figure out how to get rid of our deficit. Sometimes learn the language of the place you live. Well, see, the thing is, there are specific, especially in Northern Ontario, there are a lot of French-speaking communities. But we don't have the same French language laws as they do in Quebec, and it seems like they're expecting their institutions to be treated the same way as Quebec institutions, and that's just not how that works. I was forced to learn French in school. It was pointless. No one spoke French in my area. Yeah. Your country is very confusing, says Straight Cis Male. It can be. It's like the Republicans here. Many boomers vote straight tickets one way or the other. And they outnumber the independent and libertarian parties. Okay. I'd rather learn French over Spanish, says Goatman. I like Spanish better than French. Goatman, let's see here. But I'm from New Mexico. I already have a grip on Spanish, and French sucks. I don't want to learn French. Says says straight says mail. Yeah, I like Spanish better than French. I never had a problem learning French. It came easily to me. I have French family, but I like Spanish better as a language. I like speaking it better. I like learning it better. It's more pleasant to the ear. It's more pleasant to speak. That's just my opinion. The U.S. needs an official language, American. I did French in school for 6 years and can barely speak a sentence, says opinionated Scotsman. German is better than French and Spanish. You know what? I like German too. German's a fun language. Blind Press, I'm still lost on how a drama teacher became the leader of Canada, says Zombie Teddy. You and me both. You and me both. That's, yeah.
One of Ford's MPPs, Amanda Simmert, broke ranks to criticize the move, saying she was disappointed and frustrated. Earlier this week, the Eastern Ontario MPP left the Progressive Conservatives to Citizen Independent. Her departure from Ford's caucus means he has lost the only francophone among the 76 PCs elected in June, widening the schism between him and Ontario's French community, who feel he has undermined their history.
Okay, he's not undermining your history. He's cutting. He didn't say he was taking the funding away completely. He is cutting some of the provincial government funding because we are hugely in debt, and he's trying to figure out where he can save money. This is not an attack on your history. This is not a let's fuck the French over because they're French. Okay? Just stop it. Just fucking stop it. I've learned Spanish and German trying to figure out a new language to learn. Okay. But seriously, fucking, this is ridiculous. This is not an attack on your Frenchness. This is,
MPP Amanda Simmert, left. Simmert stood among those rallying on the doorstep of her constituency office in Hawkesbury, one of the largest communities in her riding of Glengarry Prescott Russell.
Wait, she's protesting her own office? Glengarry Prescott Russell. That sounds very Scottish to me, not French. That does not sound like a francophone writing. This sounds like when feminists read about abortion all day. Actually, I wouldn't mind French immersion if parents had a choice of other languages immersion education funded. Yes. Agreed.
I was the parliamentary assistant, but I did not have a voice, she said, referring to her former role as parliamentary assistant to the minister responsible for Francophone affairs, a position Ford scrapped, then reinstated after a backlash. I think now I will be able to speak more freely. You are currently on a text help.
You didn't have a voice. Internet is back. Watching HW's interview is sad. Oh, okay. Yeah. Say what you like about HW, but he served his country. He was, he served in the war, and he served as president. So you know what, like, you say what you will about his policies, or like them or not, he was a good, he served. Glenn Ross was a great film.
Organizers estimated 5,000 people condemned Ontario's proposed cutbacks to French services in Ottawa, the largest demonstration in the province. Michelle Asterot/Radio Canada.
Is it wrong that I think that 5,000 people out of the entire population of Ontario is like nothing? Like seriously, that's not very many people. My uncle remarried a woman from France. Every time she spoke to family back home, it sounded beautiful. French is less harsh than Quebecois French. It's much more close to Spanish in the way that it's spoken. Quebecois French is spoken very much in the back of the throat and mouth, whereas French is spoken more in the front of the mouth like Spanish is. A JFK assassin finally passed away, been serving the state for a long time. Well, good, he's dead. Am I late? About 40 minutes. About 40 minutes, Jacob. But that's okay. Better late than never, I always say.
This is the first time in history that Franco-Ontarians have mobilized like this in every corner of the province, said Sheila Vasseur, a business and law professor at the University of Ottawa. List 1 item. Bullet. End of list. Bullet. End of list. He chantait des French slogans like Strong Franco and We Are. We will be with nearly 1,500 people at the Human Rights Monument in Ottawa, where the French speakers gathered on Saturday.
We are. That's all you're saying? We are. Strong Franco. We are. Okay. Those are like the lamest chants ever, even in French.
Miriam Thirial, a francophone who moved to Ontario 4 years ago, says it's important for her daughter to have access to a French education. Rosin Nichols/Radio.
She does! It's called French immersion. Ford is not taking any of this away. Fuck off. I don't know why people think it's okay to bow to the loudest and smallest minority. I don't know either, Mr. Misanthropic. This is getting fucking ridiculous. Spanish is all about the rolling of the tongue. This is very true. Ah, hello, unholy mole. Chanting makes it important. Chanting makes it important. Yes. Well, they are French. I wouldn't expect them to come with a better chant. Oh, this is true, Scotsman. Hi, Sisu. All right.
Politicians from all 3 levels of government were present at the Ottawa rally, including Federal Minister of Tourism, Official Languages and Law Francophonie Mélanie Joly, who called the event a historic moment.
Yes, it's a historic moment of moronity and idiocy because people are thinking that their French rights are under attack because they're getting a little bit less money from the provincial government. He's not saying you must stop speaking French. There will be no more French immersion. Fuck all of you. Like, this is not what's happening right now. This is the biggest hyperbole, histrionic ridiculousness that I've ever heard. It's amazing you can understand that speaking thingy at that speed. Sorry, this is my first time in your channel. I actually slowed it down for everybody. I slowed it down to about 60%. My phone is at 85% speed.
When our government wants to touch our linguistic rights, they should not weaken but strengthen them, she told the crowd that erupted in resounding cheers of approval. You are
But he's not touching your language rights, you fucking freaks. This is craziness. Like, holy Christ, you guys are absolutely hyperbolic. You actually believe this shit? Do you actually believe that Ford is taking away your ability to speak French? No French for you. Says Goldman. No French for you, French Nazi. Yes. This is idiotic, says Mr. Misanthropic. I concur wholeheartedly. I concur absolutely.
Over 600 demonstrators also carried placards scrawled with messages like Respect Franco and Franco-Ontarians are not just any minority, while making their voices heard in Sudbury and North Bay.
Respect Franco. You realize you guys make yourselves sound like you're saying respect Franco as in like James Franco or like you guys, why aren't you even if you're so proud of the word French and the language of French, why are you not saying respect French, respect our language? You're just saying respect Franco. You guys don't have much respect for your language and your culture if you're not even.
Heading level 2, display of solidarity across Canada. The Ford government's cut sent shockwaves through other French-speaking communities across Canada. In provinces like Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and New Brunswick, communities raised concerns about what the move signals to francophone minorities. You are
He's just doing. Like I said, he's just doing some cuts. Do I agree with them? No, but is he taking away every penny of funding? If it's that bad, move to Quebec. Yeah, I know, right? Franco is an Italian. Yeah. This is craziness. Absolute craziness. Respect my French authority. Love it, Costin.
Genevieve Latter was among Acadians in Moncton, who
Genevieve, you stupid voiceover.
Responded to the call of Franco-Ontarians on Saturday Jean-Philippe Hughes/Radio Canada. As a result, joint rallies were also held Saturday in Regina, St. Boniface, Man, and Moncton, NB. When I learned about the cuts in Ontario, it was really devastating, said Genevieve Latter, who organized a rally of 100 people in Moncton. You are current.
Okay, when you heard about the cuts in a different province, it was devastating to you? Do people understand what the word devastating means? They sound like they're talking about Franco the dictator. I know, right? This is crazy. But I don't think these people know what devastating means. I really don't. Let's see.
She added, seeing the momentum of solidarity here in Moncton and across Acadia, it really gives me hope. You are currently.
But what are you guys going to do? And he's okay. This is. Holy fuck, you people are absolutely lunatics.
Heading level 2. You have to protect the two languages. You are currently. Pierre Jonet was one of dozens of people who drove around 100 kilometers west from Montreal to Hawkesbury to stand with Simard in solidarity with Ontario francophones. He pointed out the importance of protecting the province's French identity as a cornerstone of Canadian history. You are currently.
Ontario does not. Okay. When I think of Ontario, I do not think of French. Wynne put Ontario in severe debt. Now Ford has to get it out, and he's going to Wait. So he'll cut back spending and look like the bad guy. Yes. At Blind Press, I think it's supposed to be said with a wheeze. What is wrong with Canada? I don't know. I don't know. People don't understand a lot of words these days, says Straight Sith Male. Agreed. Real Canada and French Canada. All right. I can't handle any more of that story. My brain is I'm going to have an aneurysm. And I still have to read about the mental patient who discharged himself from the fucking hospital. You guys ready for this? This is from Opinionated Scotsman's wonderful country. When had a pedophile write the new sexual education pact, which Ford ripped up? Yes, he did. On to more stressful. All right, this will be the last story, guys, because it's 10:50, and I have a feeling that my reactions are going to carry us through till after 11, and then we'll have chat time. Okay, here we go.
Heading level 1. Killer discharged himself from psychiatric hospital.
How does that happen? How can a killer discharge himself from a psychiatric hospital? Could be worse. The mental lives like 20 minutes from me. Oh, God. My cat keeps stealing my bottle caps and hiding them. Oh, what a bastard. What an adorable bastard.
3 hours ago. Collapse. Menu. Image caption. Mark Johnston. Mark Johnston. Image caption. Mark Johnston. Image cap. An investigation has been launched after a patient killed his best friend 2 days after walking out of a psychiatric hospital.
Wait. Okay, so he discharged himself from the psychiatric hospital and then killed somebody?
David Reed stabbed Mark Johnston more than 120 times at a flat in Brodie Ferry, Dundee, believing the devil told him to kill his victim. You are currently on...
Okay, so he's a schizophrenic. If they deem incompetent... Hi, Cult of Grill. Maybe the cat knows a nuclear holocaust is coming.
Reed had discharged himself from the Royal Cornhill Hospital in Aberdeen.
How did he do that, though? How was he able to do that? Like, how did they... What did he put himself there? Because that's the only way I can see that he was able to discharge himself.
He was acquitted of murder last week and is now detained in the state hospital at Carstairs.
He was acquitted of murder and is now in another hospital. What, are they going to let him discharge himself again? That's what I mean. If you check yourself in, I know you can check yourself out. So I'm wondering if he put himself there and then was able to take himself back out. Bring back involuntary commitment. You can get people involuntary committed still. They just need to be deemed non-compos mentis by a court, and that's hard to do. The NHS are a joke, that's why, says Opinionated Scotsman. The hospital said he was competent to leave. Oh, really? Did he put himself in so he could take an insanity plea? Oh. That's an interesting angle.
Prosecutors accepted that Reed, 46, was not criminally responsible for his actions by reason of mental disorder. The High Court in Livingston was told he had answered the door to police covered in blood.
Oh, wow. Okay. So he didn't even try to clean up or anything? He's just, like, covered in blood and shit. All right, then. Maybe he is a little bit crazy. That's kind of wild.
Image caption date. Roy image caption. David Reed discharged himself from the hospital 2 days before the killing. End of image caption date. He told officers, "I feel terrible. The devil told me I had 2 hours to stab him." You are.
Yeah, he's really good at faking this or he's just absolutely bad shit.
I got a knife from the kitchen and sat there. He was my only friend. I can't believe what I've done. I stabbed him. What will his family think? You are currently on.
Time to put him in with general population. They'll straighten him out or kill him. He should be locked up and never be allowed out. Yep. Agreed. And like I said, I want to know, I really, really want to know if he put himself into the first hospital voluntarily.
The court was told that Reed told a psychiatric nurse in Dundee that he was receiving messages from God. You are currently on a text element.
Okay, so he told nurses that he's receiving messages from God.
A decision was taken to admit Reed to hospital and 2 NHS Tayside staff escorted him in a taxi to Aberdeen because no psychiatric beds were available locally. You are.
Okay.
Reed discharged himself shortly after admission. You are currently.
But okay, so he told nurses that he was hearing voices from God in Dundee. They decided that he needed to go, the NHS and those nurses decided that he needed to go to the hospital. So then they transported him up to Aberdeen. And then they let him just discharge himself shortly after admission. How the fuck does that work? The line between psychotic and genius is very thin. Yep. How can you, okay, so basically he was involuntarily admitted by the NHS and the nurses, and they still let him go after admission.
Heading level 2, sufficiently ill. Judge Lady Ray said, "I don't prejudge things, but a man who is sufficiently ill to be accompanied by 2 members of staff to a psychiatric hospital clearly has a history."
Yeah, he was accompanied by 2 fucking staff members of the NHS. He couldn't go by himself. He needed to be escorted. Okay? And he gets admitted, and then shortly after he gets admitted, he's like, "No, I think I want to go home." And they're like, "Okay, you can go home." Yes, I remember that case, Nico. The case about the guy who decapitated and ate a guy on a Greyhound bus in Canada. He's been released from the mental institution. Yeah, this is fucking. That's not competent. He shouldn't be able to. He shouldn't be able to check out. Exactly. This is. He had no business being allowed out of that hospital. This is a huge, huge oversight on the part of the NHS in that hospital.
He's allowed to leave, and 2 days later this occurs. I'd have thought it should be investigated.
It should be.
Advocate Hugh Graham Jessup said, "The Scottish Fatalities Investigation Unit will in due course receive a report from the NHS Trust in relation to the decision made." You are currently.
Oh yeah, the NHS is going to make the report. The ones who basically let this guy leave the hospital and go kill somebody. That's awesome.
My understanding of the position at present is that it is considered unlikely that there are criticisms about the actions taken.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. They did nothing wrong. LOL, Well, budget cuts. Sure, you can go. Yeah. No shit, Scrappy. No shit.
An NHS Grampian spokeswoman said, "We cannot comment on individual patients. However, we can confirm that adverse event reviews were carried out in this case. Speaking generally, we cannot force patients to remain in hospital unless they are subject to a detention order. You are."
Okay, so you can't force people to stay, even if they've been escorted there by NHS staff, unless they've been subjected to a detention order. That seems like a system that's working out well.
Heading level 2, related topics.
And that's the end of that story. And like I said, I knew it would take us to after 11. He didn't do nothing, says Goatman. I think the hospital should be held responsible for the murder. In an ideal world, yes, I would agree with you. They should have sectioned him. So it's 11:01, guys. So now is your time to ask questions. I'm going to go until about 10 after, maybe quarter after, depending on how many questions I get and how long it takes me to answer them. That was my grandma. I'll have to give her a call back in a minute. What was I going to say here? It's only 8 a.m. here, says Goatman. Oh, wow. Maybe sanctioned cheaper and quicker. So yeah, just a reminder now that there's more people here, there's not going to be a coffee stream tomorrow because I will be doing the interview for my guide dog, and that's going to take about 3 hours from 10 o'clock until 1 o'clock. So I may stream after the interview depending on how I'm feeling. I may do a stream that talks about how it went, or I may just wait till the coffee stream on Wednesday to do that. But I will let you know. I will keep you guys posted. But as for now, there's going to be no coffee stream in the morning. And I'll keep you guys posted about whether or not I will be streaming after the interview. What was I going to say now? Let's check chat here. It's 10:02 where I am, says Jacob. I'm actually in Ontario, Scrappy. I'm in southern Ontario, so about a 3-hour drive from the Windsor-Detroit border. About an hour west of Toronto. Oh, Goatman, you're in Vancouver. Okay. Cool, the same part. Oh, you grew up in the Kitchener area, Goatman. Cool. Very cool. you Chinese, goat man? So guys, if you've got any questions or comments for me, I live in Stratford, so near you, about 1.5 to 2 hours from Toronto. Oh, cool, Costin. Very cool. No, I haven't seen them. I'll take a look. I've got so many Discord servers that I'm in that give me so many notifications, so sometimes I miss my DMs. But I'll go and check them. If I get the dog, who's going to take care of it? That's going to be my job. If I so when you get accepted for a guide dog, and you get when you learn how to use the guide dog, you also learn all of the fun shit, like learning how to pick up after it's shit. So they actually teach you ways to find the dog crap and pick it up. They usually teach you to do it right when it happens. So you're not like, especially in your backyard, so you're not like trying to find little piles. I'm probably going to just, whenever I take it out and it goes to the bathroom, I'm just going to pick it up right then. And when you're walking the dog, guide dog or not, you got to bring a bag to pick up the dog shit, because most places have bylaws about leaving dog crap laying around. So yeah, they actually do cover teaching you how to like pick up after it when it goes to the bathroom, like do grooming. Some blind people who have a bit more money do take the dog to the groomer, but others find that it's a good bonding experience to bathe and brush the dog. So yeah, that's how that will work. Oh, Zombie Teddy says, how are you reading chat? My first time here, and I'm very curious. So on my phone, I've got the same screen reader as my laptop. So I have the stream open on my phone, and I've got my headset on, my Bluetooth headset on in one ear. And I'm just swiping through chat and having the screen reader read chat to me that way. Because it could teach the boys about responsibility. Oh, they'll definitely, like, when the dog's not working, I'll definitely be helping, like having them help me brush it and like all that stuff. Yeah, I'll like when he's not working, the boys will be helping me. Is it going to drive you around? Will the dog have gotten its driver's license, or is that up to you? No, I won't. Unfortunately, it won't be driving. Do you worry about how the cats will react? Ninja might be a little bit pissed off, but I think they'll be. I think that they will be okay, because it's not like the dogs before they are trained are socialized around kids and pets, and then they are trained. So this is not going to be like your normal hyper dog. I think it'll take some adjustment, but I do think that it will work out. What do you think about the People's Party of Canada? I think it's a Communist Party in disguise. That's what I think. That's what I think. My cat Link is a sweetheart, but when he's around a dog, a good calm dog, even a good calm dog, he turns into a demon. I think Ninja, when he was a bit younger, probably would. But I think he, I give him credit. I think he'll be all right. Um, once he realizes that he's not being replaced. Me and the wife named our cat Echo. We should have named him Velcro because he gets his claws stuck everywhere. Oh. Well, guys, it's 10 or 11:10, and my orientation and mobility instructor just got a cancellation, and she's going to she's actually on her way over right now to help me continue getting the house in order for my interview tomorrow, because she's an amazing person. Um, so I'm going to cut this short here. Remember, there's no coffee stream tomorrow, but I will let you know if I'm going to stream in the afternoon. Otherwise, we'll see everyone back here on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern. I hope everyone had a great time today. I sure did. Thanks, Gun Fox, for the news. And I hope everyone has a great day. Stay safe wherever you are. I hope everyone can come back and hang out with me on Wednesday. And again, keep your eye on Twitter and Discord for an announcement whether or not I'm streaming tomorrow afternoon. So thanks for chatting with me, guys. I hope again that everyone has a good day, and we will talk to you guys later. Have a great day, guys.